Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare the committee in recess at any point. Without objection, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Fluger, is permitted to sit on the dais and ask questions of the witnesses. The purpose of this hearing is to examine how the Biden-Harris administration's crisis at the border has led to increased numbers of trafficked, missing, and exploited children.
All right, everybody. This is a clip from the House Homeland Security Committee when they held a hearing on border security and migrant children victims. We talked about it briefly last week. It was breaking news, and we just wanted to bring it to you. So we're going to have the link to this hearing, and you can see the testimony from all the witnesses in this hearing and hear the horrible things that are going on and they're exposing with these migrant children. And it's appalling. So we will have the link listed on our social media. You can go on Damon M. Galdo NJ on Facebook or at Damon Galdo NJ on X. And Jen, yours?
Jen with Jersey Shore on Facebook and Jen Sharman on X. That's an additional one that you can see it at.
So we figured we would just provide that for you guys because we said we want to be Jersey Shore on it last week, and we watched the hearing. It's very long, so you can skip through it and just see what it is and hear the witness testimonies and just go from there. But we'll provide you the link on our social media.
Yeah.
So
when we're not discussing it just because it's Thanksgiving week, right?
well, yeah, that's why we're not going into it, because it is Thanksgiving week. It's a holiday week. We don't want to be Debbie Downers, even though that's bad. So we're going to flip the switch right here. All right, is this the right way? All right, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So we're going to tell a couple Thanksgiving stories about our crazy families. Here, you can wear the hat.
I just couldn't resist.
Here you go. You can
had to
have
have some turkey sound.
But no, thank you everyone for watching. You know, I mean,
It looks better on me.
It does look a lot better on you. When I wear a hat,
It looks cute.
yeah, you do. It's a lot better than me. You know, so I mean, I wear a hat, I look stupid, but I don't care. But no, we want to just thank everybody for watching our podcast. This is new to us. This is episode 11, and we had technical difficulties going through. I mean, we're just regular people. I'm in construction. Jen's in nursing. Our main man, other Damon back there, First Amendment Live Studios. He's got all the great equipment, awesome studio, and we're just trying to figure it out how to work it with all of our schedules and getting it together. But thank you for watching, and any comments you guys have, we're open for anything. You tell us that we suck, or and tell us that we're great. One or the other, I don't care. But this one's gonna be a fun one. Thanksgiving.
Arlene, be nice.
Yeah. Well, she'll see.
I know you're watching.
She will be. Yeah. So, but she's gonna complain about the audio. She's gonna complain about it might be a little fuzzy. Well, Arlene, you can come over here and plug some wires in for us and figure it out. Because
give us your expertise.
Love
As
you, Arlene.
always, we love you.
But anyway, we want to talk about Thanksgiving coming up. See, I have a very big family.
Yes, you do.
My parents stopped reading the Bible when it said "be fruitful and multiply," so that's when they left off. So then, I come from I have 5 brothers and sisters. My father comes from 5 brothers and sisters. My other sister has 6 children. My aunt has 8 children. I mean, it's just I can go on and on.
I thought you had more than 5 for some reason.
No,
Well,
we
it was
no. No,
I was wrong.
no, 3 boys, 3 girls. We were like
memory.
we were like the Brady Bunch without the maid. Had 3 boys and 3 girls, and when we get together now, I mean, I have so many nieces and nephews, and just to put in perspective, my grandmother, who just passed recently, she was 94 years old. She had 76 grandchildren. So that's how many, like, just from her.
She beat my grandmother. My grandmother was 95, but she was in, I think we have a lot, but we have a lot less than that. I'm not going to try to count them all up now, but there was not that many. So you have her beaten.
Well, yeah, I guess they like to, whatever. I'm not going to think about my grandmother in that way, but they had a lot of kids, and so did my parents, too.
They were fruitful.
They were fruitful, yes. So my Thanksgiving, I don't know about you, Jen, but my Thanksgiving is we go to my mom's house,
okay.
And it's great because I rotate it between my in-laws and my families, my wife and I.
Do they still live in the same spot, or did they move? when
What?
I knew you when I knew your sister when growing up. They still live in.
They're in Mays Landing.
Mays
same-
Landing?
Yeah,
Okay.
same spot. Yeah. So that's where they moved from Philly.
Yeah,
to
that's
that
what I
house
meant.
we
I
live
knew
in.
the
Yeah.
Philly house. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, my mom, she won't let it go. Everyone has to come to her house, and I mean, we have nieces and nephews that are flying in California, Arizona, and everyone gets together, and it's supposed to be a great time. And we all get to the house. It's packed.
Supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, yes. In the beginning, it's supposed to be. My mom makes great stuff. All these hors d'oeuvres. I mean, you think that you're like. You're in a restaurant, like you go in and it's like, oh, everyone's eating it, and then she yells at everybody for, why are you eating too many of the stuffed mushrooms? Who ate all the shrimp? And everyone's like, get the cake out of the oven, and it's chaos. Everyone's there, we're all having, but they're still laughing about it. But the best thing about it is once we sit down at the table, multiple tables, because you have one dining room table, we have to set up another table over here, another table over here, kids table over here, and we're all like almost within eyesight of each other in different rooms. And then we sit down and we
Gobble.
Yes, and we eat together, and we haven't seen each other maybe a year, some of us, or maybe even 2 years, because some moved away in different states. But
So it's like a family reunion almost.
exactly, and it's great. That's what it's all about, and it's like an American tradition,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what America should be about. And that's why I love my country so much. That's why I love my family so much. I love them all.
They put
Don't-
up with you.
I don't like them all. You know.
Put up with you.
They put up with me. I wouldn't put up with me. Well, I don't. You can ask my wife why she said yes. I still, I'm still wondering.
Amy's
What.
still my favorite sibling. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, she was always. Well, she would
I
always.
like them.
She would always force me to say that I'm her. She's my favorite sister, and I would tell her that in private, and then the other ones would say the same thing. I'm like, why is everyone looking for my approval? Like, who am I? But they just
you're
want
the
to.
baby, or you're
Well,
one of-
no, I have a younger brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're almost the baby.
Yeah, I'm 5 out of 6. So, but their family, family, you can have your disagreements with them and stuff like that, and get in your fights here and there. But in the end, it's your blood, your family, and Thanksgiving is a day where you come together, and everyone's happy. I mean, you have, like I said, you have your arguments here. Everyone's yelling at everybody, getting everything ready. Who's got this? Get this plate. Get this soda out of the fridge.
What food do you look forward to, like dinner-wise and dessert? Do you look forward to the most that is made on your
Well-
that means Thanksgiving? Like if it wasn't there, it wouldn't be the same.
Turkey.
Well, besides turkey.
No. My mom makes hors d'oeuvres. She makes these stuffed mushrooms, and she makes shrimp ceviche, and
Shrimp ceviche. I don't know that.
yeah, and then she makes the old style crab dip with the crackers with the it's like the
Like with the Ritz crackers.
yeah, with the
kinda
Ritz
thing?
crackers, but it's like old school stuff that we always had. But that's an easy one to make, and that one's a good one. And then she'll throw in different things. Sometimes she makes these flamingons that she'll like slice up like
Wow, she
that
does
big,
all of-
and then stuff it with cheese and make it that way, and then cut them in pieces, and it's like an hors d'oeuvre, and they're awesome. So she makes different stuff every time. But then the turkey and stuff like that, and the stuffing, as usual. Desserts, I'm not a dessert guy, but she makes awesome desserts. They're really good. Everyone loves
Is it
them.
like a thing in like construction and stuff. My husband's not like a dessert guy either. Like he's more of a salty guy, which I say I'm
Exactly.
sweet, he's salty. Like,
Exactly,
it's-
yeah.
That's why we
I
get
don't-
along.
My mother-in-law says to me all the time. My wife does. And like, hey, you want a piece of cake? Even when it's my birthday, they're like, "Oh, you're eating your cake?" I'm like, "No, I don't really eat cake. I'm more of a salty guy. I like salty things. Probably not."
Pretzels, chips.
Exactly.
That's what he likes. Yeah. So if he
So-
did, what would you want to? If you had to pick a dessert, what would it be?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, apple caramel cheesecake. My mom.
Apple
That is the
caramel cheesecake.
yes. That is yeah. I mean, I do like desserts. I like the way they taste, but I'm just not in them.
It's
But
not your
when my
first
mom
pick.
makes the apple caramel cheesecake, then I will eat it. And I had guys at work when I brought a piece into work. They're like, I had to get that recipe, and then I got it from my mom. Gave it to their wives. They make it. They bring it in, and everyone's in love with it now.
That's
but
awesome.
I love cheesecake, but the apple caramel on top of it, but the crust around it.
I'll have to try that
That's
one.
good.
It's one I've never made before.
I will
do
get
make a
you the
cheesecake.
recipe.
All
And I'll
right.
put it out on our podcast too when anybody wants it. I'll give my mom's recipe out there so you guys can check it out and make it. And it's good.
Because see, in my family, I'm the baker. I have to bake everything. I am not allowed to do anything else. I'm just designated. I usually have to make at least 3, if not more, desserts. And my sister gets very, all throughout the year, every year, she will send me Facebook posts of of different desserts that she wants me to make for Thanksgiving or for whatever other. And if I don't make it, she'll start talking trash on me on Facebook and saying that my sister never makes anything that I ask her to, which is not true by any means. To everybody out there, in case you're listening, is not true. But yes, so I always have to do that, and I'm known for my apple pie. That's what my nephew, my sister's son, used to always ask me to make an apple pie, even for his birthday. He didn't want cake; he wanted my apple pie. And that's what his thing would be. But for Thanksgiving, I have to have that. And everybody has their own dish. So I end up making more because my mom always wants pumpkin or the cheese pie. That was my grandmother's recipe. And we called it cheese pie because it doesn't have a crust. There's
Gotcha.
no crust. It's basically just all the gooey, good middle parts. And it's very light.
So what is it? Just a bunch of cheese?
It's just, it's like the middle part of the middle part of the cheesecake. It's that, and it has a sour cream topping on it, which is really, really good. And that's why we call it a cheese pie, because it's just more of a, I don't know, it's not a cheesecake in the traditional
Gotcha.
sense. I don't know.
So you're the baker, so you don't make any of the food?
I don't make any of the food part. No, everybody. My sister basically does all of that. Sometimes, and the only thing is that, with my husband's Italian, and my uncle, my mom's sister's husband is Italian, and my sister never puts hors d'oeuvres out, and it drives them crazy, because they say Italians need to be able to pick and
Yes.
graze at stuff.
Yes.
And there's nothing, and my sister doesn't want anybody ruining their appetite, so she doesn't put hors d'oeuvres out. So now I kind of also bring hors d'oeuvres now, because, or at least one thing. And it's usually that's the only hors d'oeuvre that'll be out. Like I'll bring like a cheese and pepperoni or something like that with some grapes and stuff.
Yeah, but-
Because they keep threatening every year that they're going to go to McDonald's to have like some
Well, you have to
chicken
have
nuggets.
you have to have the hors d'oeuvres because
Yes.
when you get there, because especially besides my family, you get there, and my middle sister, she's the one in the middle. When she has a party, like there's nothing out, and everyone gets there, and she's cooking everything, and nothing's like ready, and everyone's starving. It's like,
That's
do
how
you have something?
my husband's like, where I haven't eaten all day because I was saving for Thanksgiving, but I
Exactly.
need to pick on something.
yeah. So
And my
yeah,
uncle is
and we
like,
have all
"Where's
the
your
hors d'oeuvres, and we'll go and we're grazing around the table. Everyone's eating everything, and then by the time we sit down and eat, we eat like a half a plate. But
Hear
there's
that, Jill?
plenty
Need hors
leftovers.
d'oeuvres. Okay.
Yeah, need hors d'oeuvres. That is number
At least
one.
one. So I usually been trying to bring that now, so for my husband, so my husband and my uncle will be quiet. And then another thing that we do in our family is, I don't know if it's like that. No, apparently, like my husband's never seen anything like it, and a lot of people haven't. It's not necessarily a thing I'm proud of. Well, I am and I'm not. But when it comes to the turkey, in skin, like we don't pick it right off the thing, although my husband will beg to differ, but we don't. We have them cut it off, and then we start like picking at it, like as whoever's cutting it, slicing it. But we all fight over it, and it'll be on the plate, and we're all trying to we're like vultures, just it's not a pretty sight with all of us with this greasy skin all like chomping away.
The only one that gets
it
away
is
with
what
it,
it
yeah,
is.
the only one that gets away with it in my family is the youngest, my younger brother Vincent. He's the one that gets away with it. Like when something comes out, my mom's like, "Wait, I gotta get the rest out." He can run up and like swipe a cake with his finger and lick it, or you can grab a shrimp and start eating it. Anyone else that touches it, you go to and gets like he's like, "Yo, he just did it." Like he's the boy, he's the baby boy. I'm like, he's 35. Like, I mean, why can he get away with it and I can't? I mean, come on.
He's the baby boy.
Yeah, he's always going to be the baby boy.
Yes,
So.
I know. I have a baby boy brother too. I'm the oldest, so I get that. There's, we used to tease because my mom used to baby him so much that me and my sister used to nickname him Baby Jesus because he could walk on water. So that was his nickname between me and her. Oh, baby Jesus can do it because, you know.
Well, my sisters used to make fun of me and call me the prodigal son.
uh,
Yeah, my younger brother was very young at the time, and I was in my teenage years, and I would get in trouble a lot. And then when I would get out of trouble, they were like, "Oh, they was out of trouble. He was working on this," and I made my mistakes when I was younger. Yes, and my sister would tell me, "Oh, you worry about Damon? The prodigal son has returned." And I'm like, "Oh, but it only lasted for about a year, and then I became an adult and went my own way. But my younger brother, he's always going to be known as the baby boy, and he gets. I hear. Let me put it in perspective for you, for everybody out there. And Vince, I hope you're watching this, because all your buddies are gonna be laughing at work. So he works at Hospital University of Pennsylvania. He's a carpenter too, but he's there like full time. They do renovations. They move from ward to ward, and so he's been there for a long time. And all the guys at break time, lunchtime, they'll either go out and get food or pack their lunch, a sandwich, or whatever. When he goes there, and opens it up for lunch. My mom, like he has his own house now, but my mom lives like 10 minutes down the road. She makes all kinds of good food all the time. And they'll go out to dinner and stuff and they'll save the leftovers. He'll open it up. It'll be a lot.
the mommy brought it for him.
Yes. So yeah, my mom will have my dad bring it for Vincent for lunch tomorrow. And then when everyone, and I worked with them there too, and all the guys are like, "Oh, what do you got today, Vince? What's going on? What's on the menu?" And he's got something new. Like everyone else has like a bologna sandwich, and he's got all this stuff. And it's funny because they make fun of him over it, but he doesn't care. He's eating good.
Yeah, no, why would he care? He's the baby and he's getting his meals prepared for him still.
Well, I care because I don't have that, Mom.
Aw.
Come on.
Poor baby prodigal son's jealous.
I was only for 1 year, prodigal son. So.
No, but one of the other things is that for at least for me and my sister for growing up, one of the things that we used to say back in Northeast Philly, we used to always go to my grandmother's house, and my dad was one of 5, so it was a lot of cousins, a lot of siblings, kind of very similar to yours.
Yeah.
I don't speak to most of that side of the family anymore, but that's another story for another day. But not just me. Anyway, so anyway, we would always go there, and my aunt, who was my dad's sister, my godmother, she would always make these, it's still me and my sister's like one of our favorite desserts. They were chocolate peanut butter Rice Krispie treats.
That sounds pretty good.
It's just melted chocolate, like a bag of chocolate chips with a cup of peanut butter. You melt it down, you pour it into the Rice Krispies, put it in the fridge, and you're done, and it's delicious. Okay, it's the most easiest thing ever. So, but that's always, and when we were kids, we used to always hide underneath the big dining room table that was out there, because there was that was the head table, and then there was the kids table in the living room that they would make shift, for us. But we would hide until there's a tablecloth, and like a long tablecloth. We would hide underneath there and then rush out because we weren't allowed to be sneaking the treats like ahead of time. So we would go and hide.
What, just reach up over
and then reach and then go back under and hide and eat them again. But it's still something that me and my sister will trade off on making, like, because it doesn't feel like Thanksgiving without it. And so there's always a dessert. The cheese pie, like I said, is one of ours. But my sister tries to throw in, like last year, I think it was last year, I made a cheesecake, caramel brownie cheesecake. Brownie bottom caramel cheesecake is what it was.
Okay.
I couldn't say that right. Sorry. There's a lot in there.
Say it 5 times fast.
Right.
So.
And it had caramel on top, but the recipe she gave me had pretzels on top, broken pieces of pretzels. But me and my son, who helped me make it, my youngest, decided that we wanted to put Heath pieces on top to make it a little different. We thought it would taste really good with the caramel.
Yeah.
Well, she was like, well, it's supposed to have pretzels. And she was very upset with me because I didn't put the damn pretzels on there. And she's like, I don't really like Heath. You're supposed to because I'm supposed to make it for her. So I have to next time make it again. And next time I promised her I would have. But I'm still waiting for the list. Apparently she gave it to me months ago and I can't find it. And so now she's mad and she has to go find the list of desserts that I have to make.
Well, if that's the only issue you have, that's a good thing.
Yes,
So
but
that's
yes,
what Thanksgiving is about. You're
but
going to
it's
have your
all-
small problems
oh,
with all
yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
Everyone's going to complain about something, but in the end, you sit down and you're a family. And
We all get along. We have fun. I mean, we all talk over each other. It's very loud.
Yep.
Especially the more wine and alcohol that gets in it, the more loud and the cackles start and like the laughing and then all the embarrassing stories come out from everybody, and we're all just trying to one up each other with who can embarrass who the most with what story, and all the
Yeah.
dirty laundry comes out, and yeah, it's just whoever doesn't start breaking down in tears is good to go. So
Well, that's what it's all about. It is. But the whole thing is everyone comes together. It's a mess getting everybody together. Everyone has a complaint here and there about, oh, why'd you put
it's
this
a
on
lot
there?
of
But
fun. It's always
and
a
then
good
in the
time.
end, you're still a family. You're together.
Oh,
You
yeah,
eat together,
yeah.
and the same thing.
I'm kidding with whoever's going to be around in tears. It's just
Oh yeah,
you
I know. But I'm just saying. But the same thing that like we should be as a country.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
everyone disagrees with different things. Like I don't want this, that, the other. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Well,
whatever it
this
might
year
be.
it's not going to be like that.
I hope it's not. That doesn't look like it's going to be. But even though we disagree out here with things, once we come together as a country, sit down, have dinner, break bread, and we're the United States of America.
Right.
And that is Thanksgiving in itself.
Yes.
And that's the meaning of it. You come together and you give thanks for what you have. You give thanks for the country that you live in.
Yeah, I'm not disowning my one son who I found out voted for Kamala.
I'm disowning
Sorry.
him right now. That's
My-
it. Don't
I-
ever have him in studio.
I
It's not
was
gonna
like,
go.
I was
No, I'm
like,
kidding.
what?
I'm
Now it's
kidding.
his first time ever voting too. It's his first time ever voting. He didn't really do his research. He was always a Trump guy. I don't know what changed. He is going to college. I don't know if college is,
Well, probably.
they were supposed to be supposedly, and I've seen a lot of other things out there. They were really trying to persuade them and indoctrinate them in a sense to vote one way and kind of demonize any other way of thinking. And I don't know if that was part of the issue. He just said that he didn't vote for him because he was old and that he didn't like his personality, and what was the other one, because he was convicted of being a felon. And so I straightened them all out, and then he's like, well, I guess I should have investigated more. And I was like, yeah, you think? So
Well, it was his prerogative, his choice.
lesson learned. But you know what? I'm not disowning him. I'm not, like, that's my point. I'm not saying you can never, although my husband did say that he might give all his stuff away to the illegals. But, because since he wants open board, like he voted for open borders, then all his stuff should go to them. But
Well,
just
you can always
kidding.
put it in perspective for them.
I'm just
but
kidding.
but
It's not happening.
everyone. I mean, he may never think it's a mistake. Maybe it wasn't a mistake for him.
No,
to
I
vote for
think
Kamala.
I think
But-
he did, but you're right. He could just be saying that, who knows. But the point of the matter is that there's a lot. I've been reading articles that there's a lot of people who are refusing to go to family dinners
That's
because
ridiculous.
of
Yes.
the fact that other people voted one way or another.
Who was
And-
it? Who said that? Joy Reid? I think she said
I
it on her
think-
show. She
yeah.
said you got to go and with your
Yeah,
your
she's
family
not sitting with
members
someone.
and and your cousins or brothers sisters that voted for Trump come to Thanksgiving. You need to uninvite them and not be like, really?
It's no.
Yeah, I think it was Joy Reid.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
like,
there's
come
a lot.
on.
There's a lot of them out there,
Yeah.
and it's just getting ridiculous. Now, I even had a cousin that this was when Trump first ran the first time.
Mhm.
I voted for him, and she wanted Bernie Sanders. She no longer speaks to me because I voted for Trump. So, and I used to babysit her since she was little, like all the way up, for years, and I stayed close with her. She was a lot younger than me, but I would still try to touch base with her and check in with her as she got older. And like I have it like you were thinking. Way. She was the only one that was for the politics.
Right.
But you know how families can be. So there's just you can't pick your family. So but there's over 100 of us on my dad's side. Well, that was back. There's probably even more than that now. But back when I was growing up, we used to go have family reunions, and there'd be over 100. We'd all just bring our own food, and just all like potluck. and everybody brought their own drinks, and we all shared the food. And my uncle had
I can
100.
imagine the fights that broke out. at the
Well,
end
it
of those
was
parties.
actually it was a good time. We used to do shows. Like my uncle had 100 acres of ground up in New Hope,
Oh, nice.
so we would all go up there and we'd all pick a spot and we'd all bring our own coolers for drinks. We'd all bring something. My one aunt that owned with her house, she would coordinate the food and go up there, and then we would do shows and whatnot. But the point being is that there's people that you don't talk to because of politics, and that's just ridiculous. Like, I don't care that my cousin wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders. I thought she was nuts, but that doesn't mean that I thought less of her as a person.
Well, cousin, you got to pick up the damn phone and call Jen
Well,
because it's stupid.
it is stupid.
Stupid.
But
you should
so
not
you
get
can't
along
be
because of
doing
politics.
that. We all need to, like I was telling someone else the other day, like that disagrees with me and also was a Kamala voter. You can't. I said you can't hold what political views against one another. You have to learn to agree to disagree, and just move on. You might not be able to change the other person's mind, and that's okay. Just as long you just can't hold these grudges against each other. It's politics. You leave it at the door when you come back home. Like you just
Same thing at the workplace. A friend of mine, his name's Butch, electrician. He's one of our subcontractors, and he was a big Kamala Harris, promoter. He was like, I'm voting for her, and everyone else on the job was like Trump. But it's construction. We're guys. We make fun of each other all the time. He would break my stones. I would break his stones. And I even went my labor foreman had a picture he printed out where he went to an event and had like a cardboard cut out of Trump. And he like put his arm around him, and his wife took a picture, so it kind of looked like he was with Trump. So I took a picture of Butch when he wasn't looking, and I cut his face out and I pasted it over my labor foreman's face, and I photocopied it so it looked like it was Butch with Trump. And the foreman's meeting, I had it sitting right there. It was on the wall, and it took him a minute to see it. So we all sit down, we're talking, how we're going to go with the schedule, and he looks up, and then he looks at me, and he's a big guy. Mm-hmm. And he said, I know that was fucking you, is what he said to me. I'm like, what? What do you mean it was me? But we got along. It was fine. We like I said, break each other's stones and all that stuff. And when Trump won, he said, I hope he does what he says he's going to do, and then moved on. That was it.
Right.
He voted for Kamala. I don't care what he did. It was just, I would tell him, I think you're making a mistake. He would tell me the same thing. And then guess what? We're still working together the next day. And, I brought in the Trump 47 flag, and we have a delivery board, where it's like a market board where everyone has to come in and write down their delivery schedule so we don't get too many trucks at once during the day. So you have to, write it down. And if someone has Tuesday, then you can't take Tuesday. If it's a big delivery, you got to go to Wednesday. So he came in to, put down something on the delivery board, and I put the Trump flag and covered the whole delivery board, after the election. And he's like, what's this? He's like, I got to put a delivery board. I said, we just delivered you a new president. I said, that's all you need to worry about right now. And he's like, you're never going to give up on this. I said, no. But he won't either. But we're great friends. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And he's an American, and he doesn't care that Trump won. He wanted Kamala Harris to win. But he just knows that we still have to, life goes on.
Yeah, my 95-year-old grandmother used to fly her Trump flag all the time, and she was very proud of it. So, you have Trump, you have fans of all different ages, and it goes across all, doesn't matter who you are, but you shouldn't be, just because I'm a Trump fan. And the weird thing is that, in my opinion, it's not the Trump fans that are actually going through with and disowning the other families. It's the other side of unity and inclusion, the DEI side that is actually not accepting diversity, equity, or inclusion of any kind in the politics world. It's all their way or nothing, and that has to change. I would like to see that change. They never used to be that. The Democratic side, and when I was growing up, you were Republican and Democrat, because I wasn't always I'm a Republican now, but when I was growing up, I would actually be probably considered today more of a liberal. I was all about all of that same things, and as I got older, I changed my views.
Yeah.
You can kind of say I wised up or woke up, whatever the case may be. But the thing is, even though I might have disagreed back then with some of the views of my parents, we didn't disown each other. I didn't think that they were horrible people. I just thought that I would get annoyed with them for not agreeing with me, or they would get annoyed with me. But then, we get annoyed about a lot of things, and then you just move on and you go for it. Like, there's no reason why. Like, my dad died at a young age. My dad was 55. So I haven't had my father in my life for a long time now. And he missed out on a lot of things with my kids and everything like that because he died at such a young age. I mean, he died only 3 years older than I am now. So, to me, that's pretty damn young. Okay. So, because I do not feel that old. So
I was going to make a joke there, but
watch it. So, but like my son loves to joke about age with me, my youngest. But the point being is, nobody's here. You don't know how long somebody has. Somebody could pass away, very early on in life. They might live till 95. They might not live. They might live till 55. It's too important just to spend time with each other and not waste time arguing over politics. You can have arguments or disagreements, I'd rather say, but you need to be able to move on and, do a cheers and toast or whatever and be thankful for having family that cares enough to argue with you.
It's a good point.
Because otherwise they wouldn't give two shits.
Yeah.
So they would just be like, I don't care what you think. I'm walking away and never bother with you again. They care enough to argue with you. So embrace that and be grateful that you have someone in your life that cares.
Absolutely. That's all about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So
be thankful.
Yes, be thankful. So on that note, America, let's get it together. All right. The ones that hate that Trump won, just get over it. No, I'm sorry that we get to sit here and say, yes, he won. We've been talking about hoping that he won, and all right, we got this win, but we didn't get our win when Biden came in, and he basically destroyed this country, him and Harris. But we dealt with it, and it was fine. So the whole thing is, for me, is get over it. Let's be Americans. Let's be neighbors. Let's be family. Enjoy the holidays. Wear your turkey hat. And I look like an idiot.
Drink out of your Trump mug.
I know. I look like an idiot like this, but I'll wear it anyway for anybody that wants to get together and just break bread with the ones that don't get along over politics. But seriously, though, we do this because we like doing it. We do it because we want to talk to people. And you can watch it and hate it.
Don't lie, you actually twist my arm.
I did.
No, I'm just kidding.
My sister told me a story about her back in the day that she doesn't want to get out, so that's how I got her.
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, I mean, we do this, and you may like it, you may not. It doesn't matter, but we're doing it because we want to make a difference. We want to get the message out there, and we want to see America come together. And that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. At times, especially me, I could be harsh and say, I don't care about your feelings because this is reality. Let's get back to common sense. And,
but you're not a harsh guy.
No, I'm not. But it's just
you're a ball breaker, but you're not harsh.
Yeah, that part I like. So, but I like to have fun,
mm-hmm.
But and I got something good cooking. What we talked about, well, whatever. Well, it'll be later. It's going to be a little skit that I have going on. I'm going to play a prank on the guys from my job, and
in case they're watching.
So, well, they don't know what it's going to be yet, so it's fine. Yeah, but it's going to be good. But other than that, I mean, I think that's it. I just want to thank everybody.
Wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But one thing I want to touch upon is the inauguration.
Yes, please do.
Now, at the Jersey Shore, we'll be there representing. I will be there representing the Jersey Shore podcast at the inauguration, and other podcasters will be there on the BPN representing their podcast as well.
And our First Amendment Live.
First Amendment Live. Other Damon, and I can't call him Damon number 2 because he's older than me. So
I call him DW.
Yeah, DW. He's back there. First Amendment Live Studios. Great studio and all that stuff. And we're going down. He's going to be the camera guy. I'm going to be the guy out there asking questions.
You sure? You're going to be that guy?
What, ask questions?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
messing with you.
Oh.
Sorry.
But other podcasters will be there as well too. So we'll get as much content as we can. We'll broadcast, whatever we can get out to you guys live. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be, I mean, I would think the biggest inauguration in modern day history, at least in my lifetime, I would say. But we'll be there covering it, and we'll get there and talk to people that why they're there and everything else, and hopefully I get some good interviews with some people from
Cool people.
Yeah, and that's the plan. That's what I want to do.
I can't wait. I'll be back, home and waiting for all the feedback to hopefully, relay to everyone else to get it out to you guys. So I'll be one of the many doing that. So
Yeah. So
it's a team effort to do what we're doing.
absolutely. So
We
I don't
thank
know how
all
it's
of
going
you.
to. I don't know how it's going to go down, but we're going to go down and do it. But it's going to be fun either way, and we will give you some good content. I promise you that. And there's a lot more to come. I got more skits. We're going to add some stuff to the show now that we're getting comfortable with it. And it was hard to get our schedule together and to make it all work. And so, like I said,
Technical difficulties here and
yeah,
there,
yeah, we're
ironing out
episode
some
11, but we're going to get there to where it's going to be on point and this and that, and we're just venturing out and doing stuff like this, going to inauguration and getting the content that we can. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas as well. We'll see you before
And
then.
have a very
anyway.
peaceful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and
No politics talking. That's the one day that you
Yeah.
have off.
anyone that
politics.
talks politics on Thanksgiving, you make them wear this hat and put them in the corner.
Yeah,
So, all right, is that it? That's all you got?
that's all I got.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you for watching. God bless America.
Peace out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Trees riding black miles, America shouting loud, no compromise. New Jersey warriors, grit and grind. Build back what we had, ain't no we find. Make America great again, fist to the sky. We start a family, we gon' rise high. Street feelings don't need no disguise, we live it loud. We ride or die. Jersey Shore, we got the fight. Stand together through the night. America first, raising the flag.